Hey everyone, this is Meg with a kind of reflection video on the Final Fantasy XIII ending. If you've played the game through and have finished it, please watch the video and share your thoughts and opinions on it. I really want to hear what other endings people received or found, discovered, I don't know what the appropriate word is, and I want to know what you thought about the normal ending if you got it. If you haven't finished the game, turn it off. Do you hear me? Please switch the video off, don't watch it, because it's not that it's just got spoilers in it, it'll ruin the entire experience. So please go away, or I will not be held responsible if you watch this and you ruin it for yourselves. I'll be very, very angry at you. That's my scowl face. I'll give you another 2 seconds. Okay, so now I'm gonna actually get on with the video and talk about what I thought. And yes, let's get this show on the road. A lot of people were very unhappy bunnies at the end of Final Fantasy XIII-2. And yeah, it killed me too, but I loved it, and here's why. I believed that everything was going to be solved, and that it would all end happily. I ignored the scene towards the beginning and started to think that Lightning may actually be alive still, or survive this ordeal unscathed. That went for all the characters, actually. The game managed to breed hope within me, and I believed we could save the future. This alone is very special and a credit to the developers. But let's face it, like Noel said, messing with time is like throwing a pebble into a pond. It creates ripples that just get bigger and bigger, and before you know it, the entire lake is irrecognizable. And that's basically what they were doing. They were screwing up the timeline even more, if that's possible. The way I saw it, our heroes from 13 may have saved Cocoon and may have seemingly escaped their doom as the sea, but Doom would ultimately find them. Their actions would have consequences and Cocoon would eventually fall. I thought that Noel and Sarah were buying time. I mean, there was no logical way that the problem could have been solved. Fighting Caius, the arch-nemesis, though the catalyst was nothing really but a distraction, a small detail in a much larger picture that resulted in their undoing. It's a hard fact to face, like death. I mean, at the risk of sounding like Final Destination, you may have cheated it once, but it'll come for you again eventually. Just not today. It's morbid and unsettling, and those feelings are what shocked me to the core at the ending of XIII-2. Sarah died, which we all knew would happen, but hoped wouldn't. As darkness cast over the sky, I felt my stomach drop to my feet. I knew this wasn't going to be a happy ending at that moment, and I felt powerless to stop it. That hope I initially felt was lost way too quickly. Once the truth is revealed, and Valhalla starts seeping into academia, my shock turned to horror as the image of our heroine Lightning sat lifeless atop Etro's throne zoomed into view. Our undefeatable warrior was defeated, and good didn't triumph just because it was good. They were powerless all along, and a game hasn't shocked me like that in a long time. But it was daring. I haven't been this flabbergasted with a game since Final Fantasy X's ending, or Aerith's death in Final Fantasy VII, but isn't that what storytelling is about? Things might not end happily, but if it gets you right at your emotional core, then doesn't that mean it's something really, really special? You may not have liked it personally, or really understood it. You may have wanted everyone to reunite and live happily ever after. Hell, I wanted it too. But I have to say, the bad ending made the game for me. I was fully able to suspend my disbelief. I haven't had that feeling of cold terror take me over in recent memory at all, and it shows me that the developers are still willing to make sacrifices, shock us, upset us, or even anger us to tell an unforgettable and unexpected story, and that's precisely what Final Fantasy XIII-2 is. Completely unforgettable. But just a side note here, though I got the impression that this was the end of the road, point of no return, you can still travel back through the timeline. So I could be wrong. This ending could be just a version of the future, who knows? I'd really like to hear your thoughts and opinions on this, so please leave your comments in the section below and tell me what you thought. I'm impressed with it. Maybe you didn't like it at all, but I'm really curious to see. And I have no one I can talk about it with yet because no one I know has finished it. So yeah, as soon as you can get back to me, the better. Thanks for watching. I hope you found this interesting and or enjoyable, and I'll see you all in my next video. Bye!